Happy new release day. Yeah, we've got 2 new products today. That's always a fun night when we have new stuff. And it is Museum Collection Baseball and Elite Football, our 2 products on tap for tonight. But first things first, we do have a little bit of information to go over before we actually get started ripping. So while everybody's getting in the room and getting situated, I'm going to go ahead and get us started on that. So first up there, just a note about feedback. My feedback is automated, completely automated. That way, anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get positive feedback in return, and you don't have to wait, and that's why we love automation, right? Of course. And the other thing there is to say thank you. I always appreciate you spending some time here with me, bidding, breaking, chatting, hanging out. It's fun to have the company, so thanks for joining me tonight while we break a couple of new products. This is taking a look at what's coming up in the days ahead. So it's already listed on eBay. It's what we're going to be breaking for the next few days. Tomorrow night it's Finest Baseball, and that is going to be the last of the Finest Baseball that I have on hand for this year. On Friday night, we're going to break a case of TriStar Game Day Great Series 2 autographed football jerseys, and a half case of another new release product, and that's Chronicles Basketball that comes out on Friday. Those will be loose boxes from shared cases. On Saturday and Sunday, those are both off nights. We'll come back on Monday night, break a 10-box case of TriStar Autograph Mini Football helmets, and a 20-box case of Archive Signature Series Baseball Retired Player Edition. So that's what we're looking like in the days ahead. Now, let's talk about tonight. So Museum Collection is going to break first. Elite Football is going to break second. They are both half case quantity. They are both loose boxes from shared cases, which of course was listed there in the description, so I'm sure everybody saw that already. And I'm anticipating that what we're opening tonight will ship out the door and on the way to you approximately Saturday. Now that's always plus or minus a day, because sometimes, we get lucky and things get out the door a little ahead of schedule, and other times things go off the rails a little bit and things don't get out the door on time. So that's why we list it as plus or minus a day. But I do always just try to get it out the door as quickly as I possibly can. Everyone's all paid up tonight, so that's the good news. We don't have to worry about anything there. Oh, I should say also, we might be dealing with consolation cards in Museum Collection. So if you don't get a card of any sort in this first break of Museum Collection, you would still get a package in the mail, and it would have consolation card or cards in it, and it would ship when the rest of the break goes out the door, since it's paid shipping break. So it is a 6-box, half-case quantity, 2020 Topps Museum Collection Baseball. Everything that we are opening tonight is a new release for today, and it ended tonight on eBay. That is Wednesday night, the 29th of July. As I scroll down through here, you'll get an opportunity to see your eBay username across from your team if you're in this break tonight. And, of course, if you're in our next break of Elite Football, you will get a chance to see your name up there in a few minutes after we take care of Museum Collection here, which is up first tonight. Last little piece of business. I know your background got blurry, didn't it? I did that on purpose, though, so don't worry about that. We don't have to worry about all that pesky zooming in and out if I do it that way. So all that zooming in and out makes me crazy. So that's as much for my benefit as anybody else's, because I would be insane by the end of the night. All right, so we have 4 hits per master box. This is the master box. There are, of course, many boxes inside here. And it says that we are looking for, each mini box will have one of the following: an on-card autograph, a relic, a quad relic, or a relic. So basically, yeah, okay. That's basically kind of just the same as telling us it's 1 hit per mini box, isn't it? But they went into a little more detail there. And of course, Museum Collection, always a fun break, one of the higher end products that we, well, I guess mid-range product from Topps, but it's a nice one. So as I often do when we have products that have mini boxes in them, we're going to get all those little mini boxes out of here first, and then that way, once we get rolling, we can just keep right on trucking. And that will make our lives a little little bit easier. In the long run, it goes faster a little bit to do it this way. So T-Man, hi, how are you? Rob is here. Your son is 12 and it's his first break and he paid with his own money. All right. And he's looking for Cardinals. Now, is he in museum collection, Rob, as in the breaks that we're getting ready to do right now in the St. Louis Cardinals? Or is he in the next one, which is Elite Football, where we would be rooting, of course, for his Arizona Cardinals? Sam's here. Hi, Sam. And little Perry's here wishing luck as well to the Cardinals and the Red Sox. Aiden is here to say your kid hit Aquino. Oh, good. He hit an Aquino in the big league pack. Oh, nice. Was it an autograph then, I hope? I hope it was. Yeah, that's awesome. So for those of you who might be going, hey, what is he talking about? Well, as I mentioned before, sometimes you get consolation cards, right? When you're in a break like this and your team doesn't pull any card at all, not even a base card, so you get consolation cards. And sometimes if you have several consolation cards due or whatever the case may be, I just send you a pack instead of loose cards. Not always, but sometimes. And sometimes out of those packs you end up getting something good and fun. So sounds like that Aiden. Oh, it was an autograph. Oh, yay. That's great. That is awesome. I am so excited. Yay, 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 Aiden. Bobby B is here. Hi, Bobby B. And Rob says it is museum collection. All right, so we need to wish some extra special mojo here for Rob's son in museum collection, who spent his own money to buy the St. Louis Cardinals tonight for his first break. So we got to have a little luck there, don't we? We're going to try our best anyway. So we spend as much time on this product getting it. I could have sworn I cut that plastic. Getting the cards out of the packaging as we do actually looking at the cards. But you know how Topps is. They like to kind of make us work for it sometimes. So we'll do 4 of these at once. We'll get out 4 packs and then we'll get out 4 more. And you know the drill. It's still slightly more efficient to do it this way than one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. I've tried it both ways, but at the end of the day, it's just a lot of packaging to open. Eric is looking for some Tua love in our next break, so he must have the Dolphins. And, of course, Tua fully cleared to play and resume normal football activities, so once they get camp up and running, I guess we'll have a little bit of a battle to see if Tannehill starts things off for the year or Tua does. My guess is they'll go with Tannehill, and at some point during the year, you know Tannehill will probably have a little rough spot, and when he does, I guess they'll put Tua in, and then we'll see if he sticks. That's what I think. I don't think they'll throw him to the Wolves the very first day. I mean, you never know, but I don't think they will. Okay, so first things first. This, of course, is an example of just a base card. We're going to find lots of those. Normally, we're going to go through those at a pretty good little clip, unless there's something interesting about them. This, of course, the Canvas collection, and we'll find plenty of these as we go along tonight, too. And Don Mattingly and the Yankees involved with that one. We'll go ahead and pull our numbered card up to the front. It's the purple parallel. It's numbered to 99, and it brings us Mookie Betts for the Dodgers. So our first color of the evening going to the Dodgers. And our first hit of the night goes to the Cubbies, who my Cincinnati Reds are currently beating up on pretty good, I think. Nico Hornerer autograph for the Cubbies to 299, the first hit we see. And speaking of Aristides Aquino, which we were a minute ago, here he is on a red parallel for the Reds, and that does not appear to be numbered, but it is a parallel nonetheless, because as you see, of course, the base just has the white borders around it. And our hit is for the Minnesota Twins. Looks like we have got Max Kepler on board there, numbered to 50 for Minnesota. And here's a red parallel. That one is numbered to 50, so did I miss the numbering on the Aquino? No, I don't see any numbering on it, but this one is numbered to 50. And it is for the Mets with Robinson Cano. And our base coming on through there with another canvas collection, Ichiro on this one for the Mariners. Our hit out of mini box number 3 is headed to the Colorado Rockies. That's Charlie Blackmon with a little group of relics there, quad relics to be specific, numbered to 99. Over here is a Gavin Lux base parallel for the Dodgers. And we've got some more regular base and a hit for the Mets with Ahmed Rosario. And that is a relic as well. Nice little pinstripe there, and numbered 235. So that's pretty much what we're going to be looking like as we go along, finding probably variations of more or less what we just saw there. So Aiden says, way to start him out gambling. Hey, listen, you know, it is a socially acceptable form of gambling, but you know what else is a socially acceptable form of gambling? Playing the stock market, right? So maybe what he learns now, he can somehow later apply to picking stocks and become, you know, rich. That's what I'm saying. And of course, some of the prices we've seen lately for modern day rookie cards, you might very well become rich if you hit the right guy down the road. What with LeBron and Mike Trout rookie cards bringing the insane amounts of money they've been bringing in recent months and weeks here. Oh, did I say Ryan Tannehill? I meant Ryan Fitzpatrick. And what did I say? Tannehill? Sorry. I meant Fitzpatrick. I just saw somebody typed in Fitzpatrick, so I'm guessing I said Tannehill. Out of habit. Instead of saying Fitzmagic. Yeah, sorry. Talking about the Dolphins earlier in the Tua situation, and I apparently misspoke, I'm going to say there. So thank you for catching that. I do that occasionally. I don't know where it comes from. I go crazy in my head sometimes. Bobby B, had your son breaking at 9. Yes, damn USA, Texas. I do know that Ryan Tannehill plays for the Titans. Yeah, sorry, I just misspoke. I do know where he plays, but thank you for catching that. There is a Pete Alonso base parallel for the Mets and some regular base. And then over here, the Rangers, Elvis Andrus, and numbered to 75 with a little collection of relics there. And then we have David Ortiz for the Red Sox. So got a little Big Papi headed to Boston. A canvas collection for the Cubbies with Ryan Sandberg. And a hit coming out here for the Rockies. That is Brendan Rodgers. And it is numbered to 299. Yeah, the other night I got off on a tangent and I was thinking of a different player the entire time. I don't know. I got them mixed up in my head, and I know they're totally two different players. One had been traded, one hadn't. And for whatever reason, I just had them totally flipped in my head. I don't know what I do sometimes. It's hard to multitask. Numbered to 150, that is Jacob deGrom and the New York Mets. It's not as easy as it seems to break and talk and read chat and respond to chat and then, you know, and be old. The caveat's probably the and be old part. All right, we have one for the Phillies. That is Mr. Real Muto, number 235. On the back side, there is an Acuna for the Braves with a base parallel unnumbered. And our hit is going to the Brewers. This is Keston Hiura. That one's a sticker auto, relics attached, of course, and numbered to 299. That's a nasty little habit Topps has picked up occasionally, putting stickers on things, especially when relics are attached. And they're still largely on card, but yeah, every once in a while they'll sneak some stickers in there on us, but fortunately not nearly as much as what we have happened for Panini, anyway. Eric says, you know I meant Fitzmagic, but yeah, he'll probably start and Tua will be there midseason. That's what I'm thinking too. Because, I mean, really, here's the thing. This is why Fitzpatrick hasn't been able to successfully lead a team consistently for any length of time, because he is brilliant at times, and then he's not so much at times. So consistency, that's where I'm going with that. And yeah, so I fully expect that they will press Tua into service somewhere along the way in the season. But I'd be super shocked if they threw him to the Wolves right off the bat when they have another option. So that's what I would think anyway. Bobby B needs some nationals. All right. And Bobby bought a bunch of stock at 17, sold it at 39, and it went all the way to 189. I'm laughing because, listen, man, I've done that. We've all done that. And I've also bought stock before thinking, well, it's, you know, I buy it when it's down, right? And I'm a value player, so I like to buy what I perceive to be as good companies, good values, but when they are out of favor for whatever reason. And so then it's not unexpected that they sometimes continue to drop, and when they do, I usually just double down. And I'll buy the same dollar amount, although obviously you get more shares at a lower cost, so that I can cost average it, thinking, oh, it'll be that much better when it goes up. And a lot of times that works really well, but sometimes it doesn't ever go back up. So, yeah, we've all been in that boat. There is Carlos Correa in the Astros with a base parallel. So sometimes you buy at the wrong time, sometimes you sell at the wrong time, but as long as you come out overall okay, not too bad. Speaking of the Nationals, would you like to have Juan Soto? I bet you would. That is numbered to 25 for the Nats and Mr. Juan Soto. There's a base parallel Trey Turner. That's also the Nationals. Look what happens when you ask, Bobby. You get all kinds of stuff. The Mojo just said, yeah, here you go. Polanco and Minnesota. Sticker auto, of course, because paired with a relic, numbered to 299. And here's a blue base parallel. It's numbered to 150. It's Matsui, and that is the New York Yankees. Next up, Miguel Sano, Minnesota Twins. And that is a good-looking two-color relic, numbered to 35. Here's a Cardinal, the first one we've seen tonight, I believe. It's a Paul Goldschmidt. That's a base parallel. So at least the Cardinals are thinking about warming up for us here. We hope they're going to. Ronald Acuna Jr. for the Atlanta Braves. And that little bad boy is signed too. Nice. It is numbered 250, trio of relics, sticker auto, Acuna, and the Braves. And all right, so Sam, you said you bought all your stocks in 08. What'd you buy in 08? Did you buy something that the rest of us want to buy? We're now just using Sam for free investment advice. Hey, come on, tell us what it is. Tell us what it is. Now, actually, this year, when the market went way down, well, we all know how that worked. It didn't stay way down for terribly long, but anyway, when it was way down, I went in and purchased a couple of new mutual funds. I didn't spend a lot of money. I spent, I don't know, a reasonable amount, but not a ton. And in one quarter, I got, it was just a shade under a 30% gain in one quarter. So I was pretty happy with that. And I'm usually more inclined to be individual stocks because, well, I'm a risk taker. What can I say? But I really didn't have time to fool with it. And so I just did a quick little research project on some mutual funds, landed on those too. And hey, I was pretty happy. So. Bobby, you said wait until your company stock splits and then buy, and it's 313 and it's going to split again soon, and the symbol is pool. Okay. All right, so you're telling us to stock up on that? Sam bought Bank of America. I own some B of A and Fastenal. All right. I don't have any Fastenal, but I do have some Bank of America. I kind of came into it through the back door. Some another bank stock I had way back got bought out by somebody, and finally, ultimately, ended up as Bank of America. There is Sonny Gray for the Cincinnati Reds with a base parallel. Let's just grab all those off the top. Babe Ruth, and that one is for the New York Yankees. And the blue parallel, of course, numbered to 150. Over here we have the Big Hurt. It's Frank Thomas, numbered to 50 for the Chicago White Sox. And at the top there is Mr. Rendon as an angel. It is hard for me to get used to him being an angel, but he is. So I guess I better get used to it, hadn't I? Mr. Kikuchi, Yusei Kikuchi, comes out for the Mariners. Quad Relics, numbered to 99. And then we have for the Angels Canvas Collection, Shohei Ohtani. Maybe not my favorite artwork, but certainly better than it has been some years. Rafael Devers makes an appearance for the Red Sox. And Rafael is numbered to 25. So nice Devers, nice Soto. Had some good young players coming out tonight thus far. Josh Hader. That is the Milwaukee Brewers Quad Relics, numbered to 99. And next up, it is Jackie Bradley. That's headed to the Red Sox. And it is numbered to 50 with a relic there. So we have 8 mini boxes left, which means 2 master boxes. So at this point, we've opened the equivalent of 4 master boxes, have 2 master boxes left. Bobby, you said you bought Nike when the whole Kaepernick thing came out. You held it for a week and sold and made some decent money. Oh, all right. Well, that's good. I like that. You've been in pool stock since 2004 when it was $24 a share. Oh, that's nice. I had Best Buy at $8 a share. I sold out of that several years ago. And I had a ton of PetSmart. I bought when the dot-com bubble crashed, well, by now many years ago, like 20 years ago. I bought up a ton of PetSmart at like next to nothing. And got a nice little return on it. Of course, it's long gone too. I sold it a long time back as well. But yeah, as I said, my strategy has always been kind of to buy what I perceive to be as a good, solid company, but one that is out of favor with the public for whatever reason. Yeah, Bobby B says Museum Collection is a solid product. I always like Museum Collection. And for whatever reason, it never seems to break as well as other baseball products. Like people, I guess, just don't get real excited for Museum Collection or something. I've never quite figured out what the deal is with that. But I've always enjoyed it. I think the card design every year is really nice. It's always a good looking product, you know, it looks like a nice high-end product. You get nice high-end players out of it usually. I mean, I don't know what's not to like, but not everybody does. Numbered to 99, there is a Frank Thomas once again for the White Sox. And there's George Brett parallel for the Kansas City Royals. Over here we have Mr. Roberto Clemente. That is numbered to 150. It's going to the Pittsburgh Pirates. And on the back side is one Garrett Cole for the New York Yankees. Here's a canvas collection that is Jackie Robinson. It says Brooklyn Dodgers, but of course Brooklyn Dodgers of the old days are the current Los Angeles Dodgers, so that's where that goes. Look at that, my little Cincinnati Reds got a hit. It is Sonny Gray, Quad Relics to 75 if you've got Cincinnati tonight. Got one coming your way there from Sonny. Carlos Santana and the Cleveland Indians. And Mr. Santana here is numbered to 299. Autograph relic combo. That is a sticker auto as a result. Next round, I see another one for the Cubbies. Elsley, numbered to 299. And Luke Voigt makes an appearance here for the New York Yankees. And that, again, sticker auto because it's combined with relics, numbered to 299. And one of your relics was a pinstripe. So we're going to go ahead and call last box mojo here, even though we technically have 4 boxes. Again, 4 mini boxes make 1 master box. So, yeah, it's last box mojo time. We're going to see if we can't pull some miracles out of here. And we especially need to find some Cardinals. All right, I do need to find some Cardinals in here. And Spry 5576 says, go Red Sox. Gene wants to know if football break is after this. It sure is. We will be breaking Elite Football once we conclude here with Museum Collection. T-Man needs some Padres. Diamond Icons is the best box ever, he says, but it's crazy expensive. Yeah, Diamond Icons is quite nice, and yes, it is crazy expensive. And I did not get very much of it this year. You know, that's always one of the harder products to get in allocation. And this year, where everything was being shut down and all that mess, and they're still allegedly not back up to full-scale production. I mean, some of this stuff it's harder to find than gold. I mean, it's ridiculous. But yes, Diamond Icons is always a nice product. One of the high-end ones for Topps. Bobby B says you have to sell a kidney for a box of Diamond Icons. That's about the truth. This year you practically have to sell a kidney for anything. So, yeah, prices are just outrageous and the quantities are low and, you know, same old story. Rob's got his fingers crossed for the Cardinals. Me too. Me too. I don't want his first break to be a bust, so I'm with you on that. There's Mookie Betts for the Dodgers, and over here we have a little Chipper Jones for the Braves. Another base parallel brings us Juan Soto for the Nationals, and the last base parallel is numbered to 50, and that would be the one and only Ricky Henderson for the Oakland A's. Comes some base. Behind it, there's Polanco and the Minnesota Twins, who I believe we saw earlier, but that's probably a better looking relic. It's numbered to 25. Multicolor, 3 colors there. A canvas collection, Alonso for the Mets, and Marcus Stroman also for the Mets. One of those relics is quite nice. It's quad relic as well. It's numbered to 75. We're getting closer here to the end. We have got Mike Soroka out for the Atlanta Braves. And that relic is numbered to 50. And here is the last little stack. So there is a Cardinal in it, but I know we're hoping not to find just base. We want to have something else. But instead we get the Astros and Yuli Gurriel. And that is signed, excuse me, and it is numbered to 25. So the Astros out of that last box get a low number autograph relic combo. So now we need to do a little recapping here of Museum Collection. So what we'll do is take a quick little spin through our numbered cards that don't have autographs or relics attached. So we've got the A's, Pirates, White Sox, the Yankees there with Babe Ruth. I don't even hardly remember pulling that Babe Ruth, but we did, obviously. There's the Yankees again, the Mets, and the Dodgers. Now we'll recap relics that don't have ink attached, just straight relics. So we've got one for the Braves, the Mets. There's the Minnesota Twins. My Cincinnati Reds come out. Next, there's a Red Sox, Brewer, a Mariner. Twins again. There's Realmuto for the Phillies, a Texas Ranger, the Mets, and the Rockies. Now then, over here, it is Yuli Gurriel, numbered to 299, going to the Houston Astros. Luke Voigt, that one also numbered to 299. It goes to the New York Yankees. Numbered to 299 once again, that's the Cubbies and Alzolay. And then we have Carlos Santana for the Indians, and it's numbered to 299. Here's Devers, numbered to 25. That one's going to the Red Sox. And the Atlanta Braves, numbered to 50 with Mr. Acuna. Polanco comes out for the Minnesota Twins, and it's numbered to 299. Juan Soto, numbered to 25 for the Nationals. And there's Keston Hiura, 299 Milwaukee Brewers. Next up, I believe we've got a Colorado Rocky. I'm just creating myself a little space over there. And it's numbered to 299 with Brendan Rodgers on the front. The Minnesota Twins, numbered to 50 with Max Kepler. And the first one we saw tonight was Nico to 299 for the Cubbies. All right, so there we go. That is, that's museum collection. So we have that part done. Now we need to work on a little elite football, don't we? Oh, my football folks have been patiently, or maybe impatiently, but waiting nonetheless. So we'll get down to business there. But first, a little info to go over for those of you who might not have been tuned in earlier. If you missed this, here's what you need to know. So shipping, I'm anticipating that it will be Saturday when this gets out the door and on the way to you. As always, that is plus or minus a day. If I can get it out faster, I'll happily do so. And sometimes things come up that I don't expect, or something takes longer, or my post office person never comes to do the pickup. Anyway, sometimes things happen, and something might go a day later. But Saturday's my best guess. If you got skunked in the last break, or you get skunked in Elite, which is less likely, but I guess in theory could happen, you will still get a package in the mail. Would have consolation card or cards in it. They will go out the door when the rest of the break ships, because it is a paid shipping break. That would technically be your next package. So this is going to be a 6-box break of Donruss Elite Football. That is a half-case quantity. This, again, is a new release product that came out today. This ended on eBay tonight. We're breaking it the same night it ended, which is Wednesday night, the 29th of July. Team names are there on the left-hand side, and the eBay user ID of each winning bidder is across from their team on the opposite side. So there we go. We got all of that squared away, all the boring stuff out of the way. Let me catch up on chat here real quickly. And, oh, I know you all, we were all hoping for the Cardinals. I know. I'm sorry, man. That is no good. And then Aiden says we ended on a cheater because we ended on the Astros. Oh, no. Rob says no more gambling. Oh, no. And oh, Bobby, that's so nice. Bobby's gonna send some Cardinal stuff to Rob's son. Well, that is super nice. I'm glad you're doing that, Bobby. You're a good guy. We already knew that, but now everybody knows it. So there you go. T-Man says he has been shut out in baseball 4 breaks in a row. I am sorry to hear that. That is not good at all. And you need some Eagles, Bobby B. All right, let's get this going. Elite Football is always fun because it's the first product of the year where they are in their NFL uniforms, our rookies. So Elite is always a product that I look forward to every year. For one thing, it means, thank goodness, I don't have to try to memorize so much stuff. Of course, by the time the Elite comes out, you're starting to kind of like have it memorized, but then you don't need it anymore. It's always the way. So we are looking for 2 autographs and 1 memorabilia card per box. You'll see in little bitty tiny letters. I'll have to cut the plastic off so you can see it. But way down there at the bottom, it says on average. So that's there for 2 reasons. One, it's a CYA, because sometimes Panini just straight out messes up and they don't give us the hits that they tell us we're going to have. Other times we get lucky and they give us extra, but that's not too often. But anyway, on average covers all of that. But the main thing I would say that it covers, points cards. The dreaded points cards. So sometimes Panini replaces one of our hits, or sometimes more than one of our hits, with a Panini Rewards point card. And if we find some of those tonight, did I just lay that on there upside down? Oh well. We'll use random.org and get it out at the end of the break. That's how that's going to work. So that's how we're going to roll along through Elite. Now, there's not a ton of cards in every box. There's 100 cards in every box. But because they decided to put them in 20 individual packs, it does take us a while to actually look at everything. Because once again, we spend an inordinate amount of time just actually getting to the cards that we want to look at. So yeah. So, Rob and Bobby are figuring out he's helping Rob figure out which Bobby Bauer on Facebook is actually him. Yeah, that would be good. If you just randomly message the wrong person, they'd be like, wait, what? Yeah, that would do it. Gene is here for my Steelers. Gene, you know I love my Steelers. I hope we have some good luck for you tonight, my friend. Always looking for the black and gold. Jay Crosley is looking for some Kansas City Chiefs. I know that the Chiefs have had a few players that have said they're going to set out this year because of all the stuff that's going on. A couple of your starting guys, I think a couple of your starting linemen maybe are going to do that. Going to set out the season. So yeah, Bobby, I can do that too. Like you said, Rob, if you can't figure out to get hooked up with Bobby, I would be happy to send him your address. You'd have to just, obviously give me the okay, but that would be no problem on my side. So however you guys work it out, if you can sort it out on Facebook, that's cool. If you want me to jump in the middle and pass on some info, I'm happy to do that too. So this is an example of one of our inserts, and it is, what's the word I'm looking for? Not exactly embossed is not the word I'm looking for, but kind of embossed. Anyway, we'll see some of those that wasn't numbered. If we do run across any that are numbered, of course, I'm going to point that out. Lots of these little Super Bowl Kid Reporter cards. And those are just advertising inserts. We'll see lots of them. This is another, I'm just going to call them embossed. And it's called Playmakers, that card set. And it's for the Browns. More of our Kid Reporter cards. And this is numbered. It's high numbered to 799. And it's going to NOLA, to the Saints with Zach Bond. So, of course, as is tradition with Elite, we can expect our rookies to be numbered and generally pretty high in the numbering system. It's to 399, Amari Cooper and the Cowboys. Gotta get those boys. There's a Full Throttle, and I'm going to assume that's not numbered. Ooh, see, but it was. That's why we flip them over. Haha, that's what I get for assuming. It's numbered to 99, and it's Cordero Patterson, who is Chicago Bear these days. So that's where that is going. And numbered to 399, there's a Christian Kirk for the Arizona Cardinals. We'll get that little hunk out of the way here. Keep on trucking. This is a Spellbound insert, and here comes the nasty part. This is the hidden underbelly of hollow foil cards. Sometimes the hollow foil coating starts to separate from the card, as you see here with this Dalvin Cook, which is numbered to 75, but has that big old nasty separation down there on the front. And that is one of the hazards, unfortunately, of these kind of hollow foil coated cards. There will probably be a lot more than just that one that we will find with the same problem before we get done tonight. David Montgomery and the Bears, that was numbered to 68 for Chicago. We're going to see a hit here at last, our first hit, and it is Jason Taylor coming out for the Dolphins. So Miami with a nice retro looking card there, and some Jason Taylor threads numbered to 299 to get us rolling along there. Elite Company, and this has got of course the 3 veterans, and then it's got the rookie. The rookie is our featured player on that card. So generally speaking, I would like to say that goes to the featured player on the card, but that's really not how we have the rules set up. So that means we will have to deal with, I guess, random.org on any cards we find of that nature. DeAndre Swift. Somebody asked for a DeAndre Swift, and we pull it the first autograph we see. It's numbered to 149. That's going to Detroit and the Lions. All right. What else? What else have we got? James Morgan for the New York Jets. And that is a Pen Pals, which of course are nice hand-signed autographs, hard-signed, on-card autographs is what I meant to say. I said hand, I meant hard-signed on-card. I don't know. I told you my brain's in neutral tonight a little bit. Just a little bit. But you got the idea. There's a Henry Ruggs, of course, being a rookie. It is, again, very high numbered to 799. This is numbered to 99. This is a little different. It's got a flashy little pattern on it. This goes to my Pittsburgh Steelers, and it is Anthony McFarland Jr. And, of course, you know, I said earlier that this would be the first product where we saw our guys in their NFL uniforms. And then I kind of forgot the fact that, oh, guess what? There was no rookie premiere this year. Another Spellbound that's just butchered down there at the bottom, which is, of course, where they take all the pictures of them in their new NFL gear. So, yeah, that is why. That's a nice little insert called Elite Deck. Looks like a card, a playing card. So that's why we're still seeing them in their collegiate uniforms, but they are all updated, of course, to reflect their pro teams. This is to $7.99, Steelers, McFarland. But obviously, yeah, without that rookie premiere and the chance to get them photographed in their pro uniforms, well, this is what we get. Kinlaw to $3.99, 49ers. So it's all a little bit of a different world this year, isn't it? Even our trading cards. Little bit. Rookie elitist. What is this? Elitist, I guess. Why did I say enlist? Because I thought that's what it said for a minute. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Anyway, it's J.K. Dobbins, and he's a Raven. And I don't know why I said what I said, because I thought at first it said enlist, and then that didn't make any sense. And then I realized, oh yeah, dummy, that says elitist. Xavier McKinney. That is numbered to 85. It's going to the New York Giants. So this might be the only year, at least the only year I can think of, where we would have elite of our guys not in their pro uniforms. Maybe it'll make them more collectible down the road. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe. Okay, so onward we go here. So on the card up here that says Elite Company that has 4 different teams on it, we will, of course, have to use random.org to award that from amongst those teams unless, here's the caveat, unless someone owns 51% or more. So to own 51%, you would have to own 3 of the 4 teams. So if someone does own 3 of the 4 teams on that, or any similar card we pull that has multiple teams on it, then they would get it outright. No one owns 3 of the 4, then we will have to use random.org to award it at the end of the evening. And any others that we might find that are like it. And of course, all that fun stuff is outlined in the listing description down there in that special circumstances area. There'll be something about multiplayer, multi-team cards, and that outlines very specifically how we handle them. So yeah, we have to stick to the script, so to speak. So consistency, right? So far this year, I think Elite has actually been the hardest product for me to get. Isn't that odd? I mean, I got more National Treasures basketball than I got Elite Football. Right? Crazy. And I usually have quite a bit of Elite. And boy, they just don't care this year. They don't even care how much you spent last year, how much you had spent this year up until all this stuff happened. They do not even care. They are not playing. They're like, yeah, no, we don't care. Here's what you get, and that's it. So we will not be breaking a lot of Elite this year, sadly. Not like we normally do. But we got to work with what they give us, don't we? Not much choice. Numbered to $7.99, as will all of our rookies be in that situation. That was Raekwon Davis for the Miami Dolphins. I mean, basically it's rookies to $7.99 and veterans to $3.99 unless something is patterned or like this, you know, patterned in the background there. So it's going to be numbered a bit differently. And it is also to $3.99, though. It's C.J. Henderson. That's out for Jacksonville to $3.99. Well, we may as well just go ahead and lay that up there now. There's another Elite company, and it's going to go up there and join its friend. Numbered to $3.99, Mr. Josh Allen for the Buffalo Bills. I like the ones that are designed to look like playing cards. I think they're pretty cool looking. To $7.99, Michael Pittman Jr., Colts. Behind it, it is to $399, Antonio Gandy Golden. That is Washington, the Washington football team. That just kills me. Like, they could not come up with something. You had to have something in the back of your mind. People have been asking you to change your name for years, but apparently they didn't. Antonio Gandy Golden autograph, $199, Washington. Okay. Got another little stack up here. Number 2, $3.99, Marlon Mack. That goes to the Colts. Jerry Jeudy. There's a nice hit for the Broncos. Feels like it'll be pen pals. And we'll see when we flip it over, but that's how it feels in my hand. That's how it looks on the back, too. And indeed, it is a Jerry Jeudy hard-signed on-card autograph for the Broncos. Number 2, $799. That is Adam Troutman for NOLA. Behind it is a little Saquon, numbered to $99 for the Giants. Sam, you were hoping for a 1 of 1 on the Jerry Jeudy. Is that the one you're talking about? That would have been nice. Here's the thing, though, on those pen pals, they don't really number them per se. The rarity is determined by the color of the ink, I do believe. That's how it's been in past years. I'm assuming it is that way again this year. And somewhere along the way, if they haven't already, Panini will release a list and say, even though they're not numbered, basically, you know, red ink, we made this many of them. Green ink, we made that many of them. Blue ink, we made that many. So on and so forth. In the past years, that's what it's been. It's been red, green, blue, and black, with red being the most rare and black being the most common. Of course, with Panini, you never know. They change stuff up on you. And here's Devin Asasi. I don't know, that is not how you say that, but whatever. It's number 86. It's going to the Patriots, and clearly, I don't know how to pronounce that guy's last name. Kyler, Mr. Murray, and the Arizona Cardinals get a little old school relic there. And at the very, very back, that's an Aaron Jones Playmakers, and I'm going to call those embossed. That's probably not technically what they're called by Panini, but that's essentially what they are. More or less, that's what they are. Sam, you said sparkle glue signature. What? What are you talking about? Oh, for the for the pen pals. Sorry. Well, that's new then this year. Sparkle glue. Well, can I speak? Sparkle glue signature is new this year. All right, I haven't looked at the marketing materials since I ordered this stuff. Because really, Elite so seldom changes. It's usually pretty cut and dried, but I guess I should have done a little extra pass. Because apparently we have a new ink possibility. Sparkle glue signature. So there you go. Now we know. Thank you, Sam, for letting me know on that one. That's good info to have. T-Man, you need a Baker Mayfield autograph. All right, we'll get our Baker Mayfield mojo going here. See what we can come up with for your Browns. I still say somebody should just invent a little something where you could line up all these packs and just, whoosh, you know, cut them all right at once and not have to go through the dreadful one at a time opening. A safe way to do it. I mean, because you're probably thinking, well, you could just stack them up and take scissors to them. No, that's not safe. That is not safe. Sometimes those cards have shifted around in a pack. Can you imagine? What if somebody like cut through a 1 of 1 or something and they just cut through it with the scissors? Oh, that'd be terrible. That would be so bad. Oh, he was joking. So there is no sparkle glue. Okay, good. Because I'm thinking, man, I hadn't heard about that at all, but I just assumed I missed it on the marketing material because I hadn't read it. I hadn't read the marketing material in, I don't know, whenever we ordered this, 5-6 months ago or more probably by now. So I'm thinking, oh gosh, I don't even remember that at all, but hey, good to know. No, you were just messing with me, Sam. All right. See how gullible I am? See how gullible I am? Well, I wasn't even really thinking. He goes, imagine signing in sparkle glue. True. I wasn't even really thinking about sparkle glue. I was thinking of, technically, truly, I was thinking of a glitter pen, like glitter ink, and I just thought you were calling that sparkle glue. But I wasn't going to mess with you. I wasn't going to be like, well, that's really called a glitter pen, you know, or I wasn't going to go into that, but that's what I thought you were talking about. But as it turns out, you were just messing with me anyway, but that's all right. It's good. Keep me on my toes, right? This is Lamar Jackson for the Ravens. But meanwhile, anybody that was listening and then left, they're off telling their friends, hey, did you know there's a sparkle glue parallel? That was numbered to 92 for the Ravens with the Lamar Jackson. To 799, Anthony Gordon, that's going to the Seahawks. Then over here to 399, it is Xavier McKinney and the Giants. Yeah, I'm so gullible, especially when I am multitasking. I really, maybe not always thinking things entirely through before I read them out loud. Plus, you know what? I trust you guys. Numbered to 75, that is a field vision Lamar Jackson for the Ravens. And once again, though, you can see we've got the same problem we've been seeing tonight, and that is our hollow foil coating completely separating from the paper down there on that end, which is a real drag. So far, it hasn't happened to us on our autographs. Let's hope that it stays that way, but it is a little dicey right now the way a lot of these are coming out. Die cut, numbered to 96. Dak Prescott and the boys. Got to get our groove on there for the Cowboys. And truthfully, there may even be some more. Some of the base may have the same problem that I'm just not noticing as we go through this. So I guess the moral of the story is don't be surprised if you have cards more than what I've caught so far that have that peeling off of there. Next up, this is Joshua Kelly, and it is going to the Chargers, and this one is blue ink for the Chargers. Pen Pals on card, of course. So, yeah, that's our first blue ink of the night, I think. There's our Elite Company out of that box. Those are coming out one per box, it seems. To 799, there's a Kinlaw for the 49ers. Behind it, numbered to 99, it's Devin Singletary. That is the Buffalo Bills. And here comes J.K. Dobbins, Ravens. Ravens have all of a sudden gotten hot, haven't they? It's numbered to 99 for your J.K. Dobbins autograph for Baltimore. Okay, what else have we got in here? Some of these I'm doing a little double take on. 49ers, Nick Bosa. And Relic, base Relic. Of course, one of you broke the news in here the other night that Nick's big brother, Joey, just signed a really nice contract to $7.99. There was Tua for the Dolphins. You know what? Let's just leave Tua, even though he is to $7.99. Why not, right? So, yeah, I'm sure that young Nick is hoping he can sign a bigger contract even than what Joey got when he comes due. He's got a few years left to go. A couple anyway, probably before they would think about re-upping him. To $3.99, there's Josh Allen. I do think it's good, though, that they re-up a lot of these guys, these young guys, before it expires, just to keep them happy and keep them satisfied, whatever. To $3.49, Mecole Hardman Jr., Kansas City Chiefs. Because, really, they could keep any rookie under control for 5 seasons at that low, low price. Well, 4 for a low, low price, and the 5th for a pretty low price. To $3.99, Vikings. But, of course, more and more these days we see, once they're proving themselves on the field, teams don't even want to get to that point. They just want to go right up front early on and say, hey, here's a big pile of money. Stay here a long time. To $3.99, the Lions and Danny Amendola. So Nick might be in for a payday in a couple of years, based on that standard anyway. All right, we're halfway home. We have opened 3 of our 6, and we have 3 left. All right, let's see what we can find here out of this one. I have a new UPS driver. Again, I found out they've made my route a training route. Ever since my last regular driver departed, which was, I don't know, by now 6 or 8 months ago, I've just had this succession of new guys. And so finally, the last guy was really very good, and I had him longer than most of them that I have. I had him for maybe 2 or 3, well, maybe 2 months anyway. He's the one who told me, oh yeah, they've made this like a kind of a permanent training route. I'm like, oh no. Because just as soon as you get somebody trained the way you want them to be, and you know what time they're going to show up, and you know whether or not they're going to knock on the door or ring the bell when they drop it, or if they're just going to drop it and run without ever telling you, you know, all that stuff you need to know. About the time you learn it about a guy, boom, they're gone. So I have a brand new guy that started today, and he was so late getting here. Usually my guy gets here anywhere from 3 to 5 this time of year. And this poor guy, he didn't get here till, oh gosh, like 6:30 or something like that. Like, I was starting to get a little bit nervous, right? Because this stuff just came out today. So, I mean, he had all this. I'm thinking, oh no. What if it just doesn't show up at all? So, no, it's him. And, of course, I don't say anything to him about it because I'm not going to, like, hassle the guy. But there was another driver with him, a driver that I do know real well, and he came up to the door first with part of the boxes, and he goes, your new driver's coming up here in a minute, your new trainee. I said, all right. So I was like totally nice to the guy. I didn't even say a word about the fact that he was so late because I don't want to stress him out. He's new. And he was just apologizing. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We're so late. I was like, oh, it's all right, man. It's all right. So the fact that he even cared that he was late probably means he'll be a good driver overall. The Panthers and Derek Brown to $7.99. Followed by to $399, Mike Evans and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But it does always make me nervous when I have to break in a new delivery guy because you just don't know. I mean, some of them are really good and some of them are really bad. We have ourselves a Christian Fulton, numbered to 49, and that is going to the Tennessee Titans to 49. Slowly but surely, we are finding something for everybody along the way. T-Man says, historically, UPS is not very nice to its employees. They have a high turnover. Well, my thing is where they are. I'm going to pick that back up in a second. What they're doing here is training guys right before they'll get their own route. That is going to the Dolphins to $7.99. So in other words, it's people that have they've already been with the company in some capacity, and now they're being promoted basically to full-time drivers with their own routes. So mostly they're guys that maybe have been with UPS for a bit. At least here, that's how it seems to be working. But they don't, they don't currently have their own route. They've maybe been working as a helper, a route helper, or in some other capacity. That's numbered to 49. It is the Seahawks with a swagger relic for DK Metcalf. At least that's how mine have gone so far. That's what's happened. All of my guys have come from like driver helpers and warehouse people and whatnot who applied to be drivers and then got accepted, then have to complete their training, and then they'll give them their own permanent route. So I don't know. They probably do it differently in different places. There is Minkah Fitzpatrick. It is numbered to 99 for the Steelers. But I do know those drivers make really good money, like crazy good money. I mean, they work very hard. There's no question about that. But yeah, I think one of my guys, the one I had here a long, long time, my last regular driver, told me what they made per hour, and I don't remember what it is now, but I do remember it came out to something around $100,000 a year, and that was before his overtime. So like he was raking it in. Number to 24, it is Tom Brady, die cut, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Isn't that weird to say? Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, well, what are you going to do? That's how it rolls. Jacoby Brissett. That is Indianapolis, the Colts, with a hollow foil signature numbered to 49. You probably saw down there in that lower corner, that little 49 tucked away there, hiding from us a little. To 399, Cole Kmet and the Bears. And then numbered to 799, that one goes to the Cowboys, Trayvon Diggs. To 399, Tyler Boyd and the Bengals. And here comes a nice one for the Buffalo Bills, Jake Fromm. And that is a blue ink pen pal on card signature for Buffalo. T-Man, you said you've known a few people that work for UPS over the years, and they had some real horror stories. Oh, no. Well, you always hate to hear that. I mean, I think all those places, well, they're unionized, UPS is, I believe, across the country. Certainly they are here, but I think aren't they unionized, period, everywhere? Maybe not. I don't know. But here, because they are unionized, my guys historically have told me that it's very, very difficult to get fired. And sometimes people get fired and then the union does whatever they do and the people will be back on the job like 24 or 48 hours later. An example is a driver I had many years ago, probably 10, 12 years ago or more by now. And he told me about a guy who got a DUI. And, of course, got fired because, like, hello, DUI and driving a commercial vehicle, that doesn't go hand in hand. And he filed a union grievance or whatever it's called and went through this whole bunch of rigmarole. And in less than a week, he was back at work. And, yeah, so I think the union protects them a lot, but I don't doubt that there are still probably a lot of, as you say, horror stories. I think they hit them with a lot of overtime and they expect them to work at maybe a higher productivity level than is even possible. In other words, you know, they'll give them about 50 more stops than they should give them and then tell them they should be finishing it twice as fast, you know, that sort of thing. So I'm sure there are a lot of stuff going on. There is a lot of stuff going on, I'm sure, that is not cool behind the scenes. Probably true of most places. You can definitely at most companies find at least a few things that they should be doing differently. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. I know, all these wrappers, it's terrible. It takes forever. On the flip side, if there are muscles to be built in one's fingers or hands, I would think I should probably have pretty decent ones from all the pack opening and sorting, both. Let's see, is that numbered? It is. It is numbered to 99, Deebo Samuel and the 49ers. Numbered to 99, there's Brian Edwards. That's going to the Raiders. So I guess by now everybody saw the news about Notre Dame, right? That's to 799, Herbert and the Chargers. And then we have a James Morgan die cut for the Jets. And that's a little lower numbered to 24. So, of course, Notre Dame over the years, historically stubborn about being independent and quite rather proud of it as well, that they don't have to be associated with a conference. That's to 799 Darrington Evans Titans. Once again, our hollow foil starting to separate from the card there. And yet they still get all the good opponents, top quality opponents, and they negotiated a ridiculously good media deal for themselves and all that. In short, they're a powerhouse, and they kind of like to flaunt it, and they love that they're not part of a conference. It's to 349, the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Jones. But of course, this year, so many of the Power 5 conferences are either in theory are considering or in practice have already stated that they're only going to play conference games this year because of what's going on in the world. That is a redemption. It's going to stay right up there face down in our housekeeping area. We will flip it over at the very end of the night. So, of course, Notre Dame, you know what? Not being part of a conference, they'd be a little bit left out in the cold, wouldn't they? That is the Saints, numbered to 399, Tommy Stevens. And they were already playing quite a few ACC opponents, so they have struck a deal with the ACC to, at least for this season, more or less play in the ACC conference. So how about that? That's historic in its own way, isn't it? So yeah, so at least they know they'll have a season if there is a season to be had. Thurman Thomas, and it is numbered to 299 for the Buffalo Bills. So I haven't read all the details. I'm sure they had to work out a lot of revenue sharing stuff because, again, Notre Dame has all their own media contracts and everything. It's to 399 the Vikings. And, of course, the ACC would have all their own contracts and revenue shares and all that. So I'm sure there's a lot of complexities to it, but at the end of the day, they'll be able to play. So you can see the corners there have a little bit of chipping and wear on them. Probably others have too, but that's the first one I've really particularly noticed. It's Devin Duvernay, goes to the Baltimore Ravens. It is signed in black ink. But yeah, so I thought that was an interesting development. To 399, Josh Jacobs. I mean, it's smart. It was a smart thing for Notre Dame to do, but I'm just, a little surprised that they did it. To 799, Okuda. But I guess they didn't see any other alternative. They were going to lose all their games, all their opponents, have no one to play otherwise. To 49, Derek Brown and the Panthers. So sometimes change just comes and smacks you in the face, and you have to deal with it. I'd say that's what happened over there when they got smacked in the face with some change. Sam says, what's the best hit we've had? I guess probably the Otani that we pulled out of Bowman. I think it was out of Bowman Chrome. I was trying to remember if it was regular Bowman or Bowman Chrome. Out of one of the Bowmans, there was a Shohei Otani card that was technically blue parallel numbered to 150, so technically to 150. However, it was signed in Japanese, and the same one, it was the card that you saw in the marketing materials from Topps, the one that was signed in Japanese, and to the best of my knowledge, the only one that he signed in Japanese. So, of course, it instantly, everybody and their brother wanted to buy it from the guy who had the team. And he ended up getting it graded, and he had an offer of around $80,000 when it was raw. And it ended up grading 9.5. Got dinged for centering, of all things. Yeah, and that's the only thing that kept it from being a 10. Which is just terrible, man, because, surface got 10, corners got 10, auto got 10, everything got 10, but centering. And it got a 9.5, so it ended up card grade 9.5. And I think he got like $100,000 for it. So money-wise, I'd say that's probably the best one. But, you know, we've had lots of cards worth quite a bit of money, but I don't think that's probably the first one we've had where you could sell it and buy yourself a couple of automobiles with it. Or maybe even a small house in some markets. So, yeah, probably that one, I guess. Although, again, we have hit some other really nice stuff, too. But that's the one that comes to mind right offhand. So, that was his rookie year, of course, Ohtani's rookie year. I don't know. I see a lot of stuff come and go through here, and I don't always follow up and check the pricing and all that stuff. I just did on the Ohtani because it was signed in Japanese. And at the time we pulled it, we didn't even know if there were others signed in Japanese. So at first we're thinking, oh yeah, it's probably, you know, maybe $10,000, $20,000 card. And then somebody starts looking and says, oh, I don't see anything else online signed in Japanese for sale on eBay or anywhere. So then we're thinking, oh, you know, this is all during the break. Ooh, maybe it's going to be like a $30,000 or $40,000 card. And then Beckett got a hold of it because I had tweeted out to Topps, one of maybe like 2 tweets that I've ever sent, and asked them how many of them were made. Well, of course, they didn't answer me, but Beckett got a hold of it, and they reached out to Topps, and Topps wouldn't tell them an exact number. All they would say is very few or fewer than 5 or something silly like that. But really and truthfully, there was only the one. We never saw any others. So it was the one and only signed in Japanese out of that release. So it was the most desirable behind the 1-of-1 Superfractor, which hadn't been even pulled at that time yet, at the time we pulled ours. To 85, that is a Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. So yeah, it was a fun hit. And of course, you know, I overnighted that baby. Like, there was no messing around with that. It's like, we're FedExing that. It's getting there instantly. It's numbered to 49, Tyler Johnson and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then, of course, he FedExed it to have it graded and paid the hefty fee they charge you when they're walking it through and turning it around in 24 hours. So he paid several $100s to have it graded that way. And, of course, when you're making that much on it, you can afford to do that, I guess. A Swagger Devontae Adams, and that is the Green Bay Packers with a relic. We are on our last box, by the way, so last box mojo is in effect here, whereby we're going to hope that we can find some maybe extra special stuff in here. To $7.99, that was Bradley Anai for the Cowboys. And then we have to $399 Aquara. That's going to the Lions. Numbered to $399 Philip Lindsay for the Broncos. And up here, oh, old school ink, the Rams and Jack Youngblood. And that obviously is a sticker auto. You can tell because he signed kind of off the sticker a little bit, unfortunately. And it's numbered to 99 for the Rams with their Jack Youngblood. You said, did I freak out? No, not really. I mean, I did in the sense that, like, I knew it was a big hit because Ohtani was huge that year. So I did not want to have any extra handling. Like, I saw it come up in the deck, and I didn't even pick the thing up until I went to get a one-touch case for it. Like, I'm not even picking that thing up till the case is here, and I am literally going to touch it once. It's to $7.99 Dobbins and the Ravens. But yeah, we didn't really, you know, kind of know originally. We thought, as I said, you know, $10,000, $20,000 maybe, something like that. We didn't think it was like going to be a super huge thing until, I don't even remember, somebody was on there checking and telling us, oh, there aren't any more like this. And that's when we started getting clued in that it might be good. Well, I thought that was going to be numbered or signed or something. Oh, it is numbered to $349. Lamar Jackson, Spellbound Ravens. So, yeah, I'm, you know, not really much on the freak out spectrum. I get excited about things and happy about them, but I don't really too much get, you know, freak out nervous kind of stuff about them. Not really. It says Van Jefferson. Ooh, purple ink. The plot thickens. We didn't have purple ink last year, Pen Pals, so I don't know where that falls on the rarity scale, but I would say it's on the lower end. And Van Jefferson goes to the Rams with that hard-signed on-card Pen Pals autograph. To 99, this is Stephon Gilmore for the Patriots. And what else have we got in here? Numbered to 799, that's A.J. Dillon and the Packers. Numbered to 399, Joshua Kelly and the Chargers. Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's got a card stuck to it. It is numbered to 349. I'm going to guess it's a spellbound, especially because there was a card stuck to it. Well, it's a little different. It is star status, but either way, it's a cool little insert there. Numbered Pat Mahomes for Kansas City. And here's another numbered Lamar Jackson. This one is to 75 for the Ravens. And it's another spellbound. Yeah, spellbound. I had to stop and think about what that card set was right after I said it. I was like, wait, did I say that wrong? But no, that one was right. All right, so we do have a little housekeeping to do. Oh, I left an advertising card up there. And that is going to consist of two things. And I'm also multitasking right now, so bear with me. So the first thing we're going to do is flip over that redemption here in a hot second. And we will find out who is on the other side of that. We will go to the Panini website and check it out. Find out what, if anything, it's numbered to. So that'll be the first thing that we will do. After that, we will come back and deal with all those cards up there that say Elite Company. And there are 4 different players representing 4 different teams on each of those. So we'll have to use random.org to deal with those as well. But we're going to do the redemption first, then those, and then we're going to do a little recapping, which is what I'm sliding up that way right now. So that's how things are going to roll here. First things first. Oh, it is Pat Mahomes. Oh, how nice. And it's a passing the torch signature singles. That is a sweet hit for the Kansas City Chiefs. So whoever asked for the Chiefs earlier, congratulations, because that is really sweet. That is a nice little hit. And to get the passing the torch out of a loose box break is even better, right? Because, I mean, yeah. That's nice. I like that. Let's go over here and check things out and see what we can learn about it. Find out what it might be numbered to. So I had everything up there but the card set in case we pulled redemptions. Passing the torch signature singles is where we are. Card number 8 is Pat Mahomes. It's going to be numbered to 25 for the Kansas City Chiefs. What a nice way to end the hits with the Pat Mahomes to 25. That's really good. I like that very much. All right, now we've got to look at some Elite Company here. Now, here's the deal. As I mentioned before, we have got 4 different people on these cards, and generally speaking, I think they're going to be representing 4 different teams, but we'll check that part out. And for someone to take this outright, they would have to own 51% or more, meaning 3 of the 4 teams to take it outright. If no one owns 3 of the 4 teams, then the next thing that happens is we go to random.org. If we go to random, they're going to be typed in the order that they appear on the card, starting with the left and working our way across to the right-hand side. Then after all 4 teams are typed in, I will run random 3 different times, okay? And only the third one counts. So even though we run it 3 times, the first one doesn't count, the second one doesn't count. It's only going to be the third one that will determine where that goes. And I'm going to grab something here real quickly just to make sure on Isaiah Simmons, because there's more than one Isaiah this year. in the draft, and I don't want to call the wrong team. Okay, so Isaiah Simmons is a Cardinal. Just wanted to make sure on that. So we'll start out with this one. So we have got the Cardinals, the Texans, the Raiders, and the Eagles on this card. So someone would have to own 3 of the 4 to take it outright. So let's go over here and see if anybody does own 3 of the 4. So the Cardinals, that is target 1430. Then we come down here and look at the Texans, and we see Tim 69, York 3. Coming down to the Raiders, we know now no one's going to have 3 of the 4. That's McMoore 3067. And then finally down here, the Eagles is Bobby's Bargains. So we know that one's going to random. Let's bring you back and we'll look at the next card in the lineup, and we're going to do the same thing. So here we're talking about the Chargers, the Raiders, the Patriots, and the Chargers again. So since there are 2 Chargers on there, if the person who owns the Chargers owns either one of those other teams, they'll be in business. So let's go back to our spreadsheet and see if they do. All right, so the Chargers, that is Gark off 0 or something, maybe not pronounced that way, but sorry, it's the best I could do. Fat Albert 934 as the Patriots. And then our Raiders, there's McMoore again. So we know, once again, no one owning 3 of the 4 on that one either, which is going to bring us to our last one. Let's bring you back and let you take a look at that. So we've got Chase Young, Redskins, then we've got Saints, 49ers, and finally the Dolphins. So we're Redskins, Saints, Niners, Dolphins on the next one. So we're going to rinse and repeat and see what happens with it. Redskins, that's Eddie George 27. Then we come up here to the Saints. That's Eddie George 27. He only needs 1 more to take it outright. And there you go. He's also got the 49ers. So Eddie George 27 takes this one outright. The Dolphins was the 4th team involved, but of course, again, with him having 3 of the 4, that one doesn't need to go to random. So we can just safely set Mr. Chase Edwards aside there, or Chase Young rather, aside there. We're not talking NASCAR, are we? And let's get back over here and go to random. Well, I should bring you back here, I guess, for a second. So we're going to do this one first. It's going to be typed in Cardinals, Texans, Raiders, Eagles, because that's the order they appear on the card. Cardinal, Texan, Raider, Eagle. And here we go over to random. And there. Nope, I typed that in the wrong order. After I said it in the right order, I typed it in the wrong order. Daggone it. What is wrong with me? Texans came first. Well, came ahead of the Raiders, I meant, not first. All right, Cardinals, Texans, Raiders, Eagles. Now it's typed in there the way they appear on the card. Remember, it is the 3rd random that will determine. So you ignore the first one, you ignore the second one. Here's our 3rd and final. 3 times our date and time stamp. It is going to the Texans. So that is random.org at work for you here, sending this one off to the Texans. So I am going to go ahead and just label that up. Obviously, I'm writing on the top loader, not writing on the card itself. You saw me put that in there, so you know I'm not writing on the card. Okay, next up, we have got Chargers, Raiders, Patriots, and Chargers again. Now we have 2 of these cards, so we'll kind of do the same thing 2 times in a row, basically. All right, so that's what we're going to head off and do now. Back to random we go. Round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. Oh, it does that little thing sometimes on random where it says checking your browser. I don't really know what that's about. This is a new thing. Started a few weeks ago. Who knows why. All right, so we're Chargers, Raiders, Patriots, Chargers. Chargers, Raiders, Patriots, Chargers again. And I'm also going to just copy this little group because we're going to need it again in a second. All right, so you, once again, ignore the first one, ignore the second one. Here comes third and final. It says 3 times. There's our date and time stamp. The first one goes to the Chargers. And then we're going to, since these are identical cards, we're going to go ahead and just do the same thing all over again and see what result we come up with for the second one. But the first one is going to the Chargers. Let's see where the twin goes. If it falls to the Chargers or if random sends it somewhere else. I don't know, but we're about to find out. If we had lots of these, I would have let the twins just go as one entity. You know, we would have just done the teams and it would have gone like it was. Or sometimes when we have a lot, we would have gone like top, lower left, middle, lower right, and that kind of thing. But since we only had 3 or 4 tonight, it was just as easy to do them this way and give everybody a shot. But that does vary sometimes. Ignore the first one, you ignore the second one. There goes the third and final, and it ends up in the hands of the Patriots. So, yeah, so it doesn't vary in the sense that, you know, it's always going to go by way of random, but when we have, and it says down there in that listing description, it tells you if there are more than, I don't remember what it says, maybe 6, I'd have to go back and look, that have multiple players or multiple teams on them, then that's when usually we start doing them differently, you know, by saying all the players in the right, all the players in the middle, and that sort of thing. But anyway, it didn't apply tonight, but I'm just sharing with you, just in case you want to know for later or something. Jay Crossley says, that's the biggest hit you've ever had. Oh, you must have had the Pat Mahomes then for the Chiefs. Well, awesome. I'm glad we pulled that for you. Congrats on that. It's a nice little hit. Fulton, numbered to 49. The Titans just pulled out a few of the lower numbered ones. Obviously, we're not recapping the higher numbered stuff. Derek Brown, the Panthers, to 49. To 49 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it is Tyler Johnson. This is a little higher numbered, but it's one of only 3 die cuts, so I decided we should look at it again anyway. It's numbered to 96, Dak Prescott, and it's you know, got a few little die cuts in it. This one's a more obvious die cut. It's numbered to 24. That's Tom Brady for the Buccaneers. And again to 24 for the Jets, we have a die cut, James Morgan. Now, next in line here, relics. Green Bay Packers and Devontae Adams. Numbered to 299. There's Thurman Thomas and the Bills. This is a swagger relic to 49 for the Seahawks with DK Metcalf. Here is Nick Bosa out for the 49ers. And then you've got the Arizona Cardinals with a Kyler Murray. And numbered to 299, some throwback, Jason Taylor for the Dolphins. Our autographs, this nice redemption here. Numbered to 25, Kansas City Chief, Pat Mahomes, passing the torch signatures single. We have Pen Pals, hard signed on card purple ink for the Rams and Van Jefferson. Sticker auto to 99, the Rams, Jack Youngblood. Devin Duvernay, hard signed on card, black ink, Ravens. Blue ink, Buffalo Bills, Jake Fromm. And again, that's the one that had a little noticeable chipping on the corners and the edges, although truthfully, most of them probably have a little bit of that. Numbered to 49, Jacoby Brissett, sticker for the Colts. Sticker auto here, J.K. Dobbins, numbered to 99, the Ravens. We have a blue ink, Chargers, Pen Pals, hard signed autograph. We have a Broncos black ink, Pen Pals, hard signed autograph for Jerry Jeudy. A sticker numbered to 199 for Washington and Antonio Gandy-Golden. James Morgan and the Jets, Pen Pals, hard-signed black ink. And last but not least, the first guy we saw tonight, autograph-wise, it is a sticker auto for the Lions to 149, DeAndre Swift. All right, guys, and gals, that is the break for tonight and the recap. I will put up the spreadsheet information one more time. If you missed this earlier, this is when you can expect your item to ship and also what is coming up in the days ahead. We're going to give you the 411 on all of that. So Saturday is my projected shipping date for everything that we opened tonight, which was Museum Collection Baseball and this Elite Football. Now, as always, that is plus or minus a day. So if things go well, it might get out the door a shade earlier. If things go off the rails, it might get out the door a shade later. And by a shade, I mean a day. But I'm hopeful that I will be able to get it out the door approximately Saturday. If you got skunked in Museum Collection, I don't think anybody got skunked in Elite, but if somebody got skunked in Museum Collection and you did not pull a card of any sort, base or otherwise, you will still get a package in the mail. It will have consolation card or cards in it, and it will ship out when the rest of the break goes out the door. So that is technically would be your next package. So that's how that works. And as far as the days ahead, here's what it looks like. Tomorrow night, it's an 8-box case of Finest Baseball, and I believe that is the last of Finest that I have on hand. Friday night, we will open a case of TriStar Game Day Great Series 2 autographed football jerseys, and then we have another new release, and it is Obsidian Basketball. We will be breaking a half case of that. Once again, it will be loose boxes from shared cases. Saturday and Sunday night will both be off nights. We're going to come back on Monday night and open a 10-box case of TriStar autographed mini football helmets. And then behind that, we'll open a 20-box case of Topps Archives Signature Series Retired Player Edition. That is a mouthful, isn't it? And that's as far as we've gotten. That's all that's up and listed on eBay right now. So I guess that has pretty well got me finished up for tonight. So once again, thanks for being here. I always appreciate you spending a little time with me. I hope that you will come back and see me again. So if you don't come see me tomorrow night, stop back in anytime. I like having the company. You can come chat with me, hang out with us. You don't have to be in the break to come and spend some time with us if you want to. So until tomorrow night, stay safe and happy and healthy, and we will see you the next time. Bye now.